Hi there. It's time to compare some fractions. And I have an anchor chart that shows a few strategies that I like to use, okay?
Okay, one thing I can do when I'm comparing fractions is use fraction bars, but they're not always going to be there. So I made one here that shows 1/3 and 1/4, and I shaded one piece of each of them. So I can clearly see that 1/3 is a little bit bigger. So 1/3 is greater than 1/4.
The rule to keep in mind is right here. So the larger the denominator is, the smaller the fraction. I like to show this right here. So I have one whole right here. You can think of it as a cookie, a slice of pie, pizza. And if I share it with a friend, I would cut it in half. So I can see like now that my denominator would be 2, my piece got smaller, right? And if I share it with 2 more friends, we're each going to get a smaller piece of that pie, a smaller unit. And I can keep dividing it, and you'll see each time I do it, the piece gets smaller. So the unit gets smaller as the denominator gets bigger.
The next method I like to use is the butterfly method, or cross multiplication when comparing fractions. So here's my example here. I've got 2/5 and 1/3, and I can use math to help me figure this out. So I'm going to multiply the numerator from this side with the denominator from the other fraction. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 3, that equals 6. And I'm going to cross multiply, and this kind of takes the shape of a butterfly, which is why some people refer to it as the butterfly method. So now I'm multiplying 5 times 1, I get 5. Now I can clearly see that 6 is greater than 5, so 2/5 is greater than 1/3. Another helpful tip to remember is what makes one whole. So if I look at my example up here again, and I divided this into 8 pieces, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My denominator would be 8. If I shaded in all of this, I would have 8 eighths, which equals 1 whole. So keep that in mind when you are also comparing fractions. So I notice here, if 8 eighths is 1 whole, I know that this number is greater than 8. 10 is greater than 8, so it's going to be greater than 1 whole. But here, you need 4/4 to equal 1 whole, so this is not quite 1 whole. So I can already tell that 10 eighths is going to be bigger than 3/4. But if you want to check it using the butterfly method, go ahead. I would multiply the numerator from the left side, the denominator on the right. So 10 times 4 equals 40. And then I'm going to go the other way to make my butterfly. 8 times 3 equals 24. So I'll put 24 up over here. And now I can clearly see 40 is a lot greater than 24. So 10 eighths is greater than 3/4.
Again, thank you for watching my little mini lesson on comparing fractions. Hopefully it helps you feel a little bit more comfortable with fractions because they're not so scary once you have the strategies to work with them. Thank you.